Last month, I had a fan reach out to me and say, you know what? I think you live really close to where I am. I have an entire bedroom set that I no longer need. Would you like it? Of course, I said, absolutely. It's my favorite price, which is free. I ran over to her house. I grabbed this out of the garage. I'm gonna start with the nightstands today, but eventually we're gonna get around to flipping the entire set. And let's see if we can give these guys a really good update. Let's turn some lemons into lemonade today. What do you say? So if I'm reading the sticker right on the back of these are Lane Furniture Company nightstands, and they were made in 2008. So they have this cherry dark finish on there, which we know is no longer in style. So we've got to glow that up a little bit. And it also has these sort of dated handles on it now. So you know we're going to have to change those up and just give this thing a really good facelift. But let's start with getting off this hardware and seeing what that looks like afterwards. We'll start this flip like we always do by giving everything a really good scrub down with some Simple Green. I've got some hot water in the bucket, Simple Green in the sprayer. This is just gonna help me cut down any grease, grime, dirt, dust, furniture polish, all that kind of stuff that's been used on these pieces over the years. I like to give everything just a really good coat of this stuff because it does eat through furniture polish really well, which is one reason why I always use this product. But the other thing that I get asked a lot on this channel is, why do you clean it so well if you're just gonna sand it or paint it or whatever? Well, the main reason you wanna clean your furniture well before you sand it is because, and I've had this happen to me. So I know I had one person wanna fight me in the comments about this, but I have literally had it happen on a piece to where I didn't clean it well enough and it had grease on it and fingerprints. And I sanded it, and I sanded that grease into the finish, and it was like no matter what I did or how many times I primed, it kept leaching its way back through. And cleaning your pieces gives you a really good chance to get familiar with them. You get to see if there's anything that you need to fix, anything that you want to remove, or anything that is broken on the piece. That's what happens when I'm doing the cleaning process. I'm literally thinking like how much work, how much fixing and time is about to go into this project. Found our first little issue right here. Got a broken drawer glide. This is super simple to fix. I'm just gonna use some Titebond wood glue, and I've got a little glue syringe that I'm gonna fill this up, and we'll glue all around this and then clamp it down for a few hours, and it'll be as good as new. Quick break, Craftsy is sponsoring today's video, and I can't wait to tell you guys all about them. Baking bread has become so popular lately, and I've always wanted to master some of the techniques, but I'm like super intimidated to try it because I'm not really a baker and I didn't know where to start. And that's when I found Craftsy. It's been a real game changer for me, and my son, he's interested in it too. So it's like something really fun we get to do together. Craftsy is this incredible online community and resource for all things creative. Whether you're a beginner or an expert, Craftsy offers over 2,000 classes in more than 20 different categories like cooking, woodworking, sewing, knitting, and even painting. There really is something for everybody. My son and I decided to take Gemma Stafford's class called Bold Baking Academy, all about bread, to learn how to make everything from crusty artisan loaves to soft, fluffy sandwich bread, and it teaches us step-by-step lessons. They're downloadable recipes, so it makes it really easy to follow along. Craftsy's classes are broken down into short, easy to follow lessons, and you can watch them from anywhere, anytime. So if you are looking to start your own creative journey, the first 1,000 of my subscribers to this channel need to click the link in the description below, and you're gonna get a full year of Craftsy's premium membership for just $1.49. So don't wait, grab this great deal of thousands of inspiring classes. Whether you're learning to bake, paint, knit, or create something totally new, Craftsy is the perfect resource to fuel your creativity. So click that link below and grab your premium membership. Let's get crafting together. Okay, we're prepped, we're cleaned, we're glued back together. The next step is I'm gonna give everything a really good scuff sand. I've got my Circ Prep sander. It does have one of those squishy foam abrasives on it. This is a medium grit, which translates to like 120 grit sanding pad around there. So we'll give everything a really good scuff sand. I am not totally sure the direction I'm gonna go with these yet. I know that they are not solid wood, although they are very sturdy and made very well because they're from Lane, so they make really good furniture. But I don't know if we're gonna paint these, if we're gonna stain some of it. I know that everything has to be scuff sanded though for sure. So let's get that part out of the way. Definitely going to paint these drawers, but first they need to be primed, mainly because they have this dark cherry finish that's on the top of them. I know this isn't cherry wood per se, it's just the finish that the factory has used on it, but I don't want it to bleed through my final layers of paint. So I'm going to get these drawers taped up really well, and we're going to get some primer on. I am racing what's left of daylight out here today, mainly because we have another huge cold front coming through Dallas. So I need to have these done before that comes in. So tomorrow is really my last day to get these painted. So for that reason, I'm gonna put the bonding primer on tonight. So tomorrow morning, I can come out and get these painted while we're still in like 55 degrees. Because after that, we're supposed to go down to 23 or 18 or something crazy like that. And I really don't wanna be out in the garage. So we're gonna get these primed tonight. I'm using Rust-Oleum's 2-time bonding primer. It's in the gray color, and the reason that I'm using gray and not white is because I really think I'm leaning into a darker color for these, and that way, that color, when I put the darker color on, it'll be extra rich, extra deep and vibrant because I've got a darker primer underneath instead of white. And that also usually means that I'll have to do just 2 coats of paint instead of 3. So let's get these primed, ready to go, and then they can dry overnight. Okay, my primer dried overnight. I'm back out in the garage. I am going to give this a little bit of a scuff sand. I have a sanding pad that is really well loved. It's got most of the grit knocked off of it, so it's gonna be perfect to go over this. Just wanna make sure that the surface is smooth for what we've got coming next. So let's give these a good scuff sand. In all the excitement of trying to get these painted, I forgot that there's this little bitty hardware hole that needed to be filled. I think I'm just gonna use the single knobs on these like they had before, but they had this little extra decorative piece on there that created this little pinhole, and I'm gonna have to fill these before I can paint them. So I'm using some DAP premium wood filler. I'm gonna put a little bit in there and just cover up that second hardware hole that's in these drawers. I was in Lowe's the other day trying to figure out what color I wanted to paint these. Since this is gonna be a bedroom suit, it's got a few other pieces that need to go with it, and I'm not quite sure that I wanna do everything in the same color. To me, that's kind of boring. So I wanted to see sort of what they are showcasing for 2025. I picked up some of like the trending colors for this year. They're all in the green family, as you can see. And then they also had this flyer for 2025, what HGTV is showing in their color collections. And I fell in love with this. It's probably gonna give you a good idea of what the total bedroom suite is gonna end up looking like. Hopefully when I'm done, you're just gonna have to subscribe, follow along to this page, because this is gonna be over a few weeks' time that I'm gonna complete this whole thing. It won't be in today's series. But I think this is gonna be the overall look that I'm going for. But when I was looking at these paint chips compared to what I already have in the cabinet, because, you know, we like to save money around here. So it's awfully close to this color that I used on a previous flip. This one's called Roycroft Bronze Green. And this was a huge hit. It is my highest selling piece that I've ever sold. I did in this color, and it sold a few weeks ago for $12.75. And I will be sure to link that video down below if you want to see me create that piece. But I thought this is already a hit. It is a proven seller. It's really close to this color family that I'm seeing as hot right now. So let's go ahead and use this on these nightstands. Okay, I've let this first coat dry for about 2 hours. It's got pretty good coverage, so I probably will only need 2 coats of paint on this. And I don't know if you've noticed, but that very first coat, I didn't like cover this whole thing with it. You just really want sort of like a skim coat on it. Your second coat or your final coat is gonna be the coat that you make sure that this is completely covered. You just want that first coat to sort of be on there to make sure the second coat sticks really well. So don't worry about total full coverage on your first round of paint. This second round is really where it's gonna count. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but these nightstands have a very large shelf in them that I couldn't get to with my sprayer. So I need to roll on that paint. So I've got a mini little paint roller thing here. I'm gonna take just a small one with a 3/8 inch nap, take some of my trim enamel here, pour it in, and I'll have to do this part by hand. But that's okay, it's just a small section. This urethane trim enamel does not require a top coat. It has one built in and it dries to a satin finish, which is really nice. And it also saves me a step. The hardware I've chosen on this flip, I feel like these have been trending pretty much all last year and into this year. You can't go wrong with these. These are a really good seller. And I actually have some custom work that's coming in, and the person said, we have to have these knobs. So that's kind of funny. I've linked these down below. They are just round brushed bronze knobs. I happen to have an extra set of them laying around from another project. So they'll be a great fit for today's project, and they go really, really well with this paint color. And that is a wrap on these gorgeous nightstands. I'm really excited on how they turned out, especially using these paint trends that are showing up as trending for 2025. That means they're always good sellers for me. It does give them a really good modern and fresh look. But remember, the story is not over yet. I still have the matching bed frame and dresser to this flip, so stay tuned for that. My plan is to sell this whole thing as an entire set. I can't wait to show you how this all comes together in the end. If you enjoyed this transformation, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you here each week for more flips just like this one. Leave a comment, tell me what you guys think of these trends that are coming up and the colors, and I will be sure to see you next time on Lemons to Lemonade Furniture.